Alright guys, this is all platforms with Heather. I'm afraid Alex is not here. Neither's Sachin and neither's Andy. So you've got me, Em, and wonderful Christian. So let's see how well we do this episode. The other two are Skyping in, sadly. It's the summer holidays. What can we expect? But guys, so what have you been playing this week?
Well, I've been playing Rogue Legacy a lot because I was talking about it all of the last podcast, I feel like. And it finally came out and it's been a lot of fun. And it seems like most of the internet agrees with me as well. Nearly everyone is talking about it.
I haven't heard of it. What is it? I live in a hole which has Animal Crossing in and Harvest Moon and...
That's okay, we've lost you to the forest creatures. It's to be expected.
Go on then. So how many colourblind dwarfs have you been so far?
4. And there was also a woman with ADHD and gigantism.
That's impressive. I think we should explain to Em and all the others who don't actually know what this amazing indie game is a bit more. So
Rogue Legacy is a game about your lineage trying to save the day with many of your unfortunately malformed children. And you follow your family line. Each child will have a different trait, sometimes 2. Leading to very amusing combinations, such as people with vertigo, where the whole screen will be flipped upside down. If you're colorblind, everything's in grayscale. Or stereo blind, where you'll see everything as 2D, sort of like Paper Mario. And it's a lot of fun. It's just like a good Metroidvania game with a lot of inherent randomness and randomly generated levels. And it's very addictive. It's kind of got a bit of a Super Meat Boy vibe. You just die and you just want to keep going. And you mentioned Animal Crossing New Leaf. I spent 10 minutes in-game today staring at a box and going, no, I'm not going to buy you.
What box? The Animal Crossing box. What you was doing in-game? Like, in-game.
Like, for 10 minutes, I was in the game, staring at a box.
It must have been an important box, or...
There's an achievement for staring at boxes.
To be honest, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Unless you can get it for like £24, I think.
Oh my God, where?
Cheapest. I think it was on Shop 2. They're always pretty cheap.
So, why should we spend the money and get the new Animal Crossing? What makes this one so much better than the last one? What's different about it?
To be honest, it's a lot like the other Animal Crossing games. But so far, they've added like customizable things. You can customize your town a lot more heavily. It feels a bit, I hate to say it, a bit more real, as real as Animal Crossing can feel. But yeah, no, it's nice because you're not focused on paying Tom Nook all of your money for once.
Do you still have the mortgages then? Or?
You do. But you can choose when to upgrade your house.
Okay.
Like, it's a sideline thing instead of the main aim of the game now. You're the mayor of this new town. You just turn up and they're like, oh, you must be the new mayor. And you're like, what? You can have multiple, like, save files. I've not tried it yet. But, like, if someone else wants to play on your town, on your DS, you can create a new, like, character to live in the town. But only the first person who creates the town will be the mayor. So that's pretty cool. But I wouldn't want to share my game because...
Yeah, I had a story like that with the original Animal Crossing. Well, original over here, the GameCube one. And I had my brother playing on the same GameCube as me, and he changed the town theme. And I got so mad at him because I couldn't remember how the tune went. And I was trying to recreate it. So I just kept... changing notes and then walking in and out of doors and going, nope, it's not right. It's not the tune. It's not the right tune. And I got extremely annoyed.
Oh, the multiplayer is pretty good as well. You unlock an island because Tortimer isn't the mayor anymore because he has a getaway island now, and you can unlock it when you gain 100% approval rating from all your citizens and have paid off your first loan from Tom Nook.
Yeah.
And you sit on this boat with this creepy turtle and he sings you a song and you can't skip it, but I've realised you can now if you just hammer one of the buttons. But there's lots of multiplayers, like there's a fishing... They're called tours, but they're actually just multiplayer things. But you can play them on your own. And you earn Tortimer medals, which is pretty cool, because you can then go online and play with random people if you get the club membership for however many medals. But you can also get special items and stuff, and rare items on this island, like the other fruit, which, unless you have friends on Animal Crossing, is pretty hard to get. But yeah, all the multiplayer things, there's one where you chase like a little mechanical thing, and you have to hit it with a hammer a certain amount of times, and there's fishing, there's scavenger hunts. It's fun. It's good fun.
Have you managed to play with anyone else yet and get some foreign fruit?
Yeah, I played with my friend James, and he had, I think it was pears in his town, and I have oranges.
Pears are so foreign. Oh my goodness.
I know, right?
I thought you were going to say something like really exotic. Like,
no, they
you
have
can only
like
get dragon fruit.
What did you start
They
with?
have
Pears and apples
lychees
and
on the
oranges.
island.
All
Yeah.
I need in Animal Crossing.
On the
That
island,
is
you can
orange.
get durians and lychees and
Ooh.
mangoes, which is pretty cool. But I don't know the other fruit for other players' towns. I don't know if it's different or whatever.
Seems fair enough. To be honest, though, right now I guess I'm not an Animal Crossing person because it doesn't appeal to me. However, about 4 days ago, I wasn't going to be a Minecraft person until I've started playing Minecraft.
Yeah, I was really surprised when you said that to me. You were like, I'm playing Minecraft. I was like, what?
Well, what happened was I did try it on PC once before, and the issue with it was I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It didn't tell me how to craft. I just had this box. You know, there wasn't a tutorial. However, my friend has it on the Xbox 360, and that does have a tutorial, and it pretty much crafts stuff for you. You just say, I want to make a bed. Okay, you need this. Okay. So you just go and get it, go to the crafting table, make your bed. So it's made it really simple for me. Which is, I guess, what I needed for Minecraft for me to get into it. But now I hate creation mode, it has to be survival. I'm making a hell bridge so I can travel the map in the sky. Because I decided to see how high I could make this house. So instead of mining, like you're meant to, I'm building up and axing to the clouds.
Oh, a sky house.
It was a tree house initially, and then I made it higher because I needed room for my dogs. Because I now have like a pack of like 13 or 14 dogs. They're all incest. I keep making them breed.
So you're just a crazy dog
But,
lady in Minecraft.
Kind of. And now I've made a hell bridge all the way to some random village, which I keep pillaging, in the middle of a sand desert place. And because on the Xbox you can have like multiplayer on the same, split screen.
Yeah.
My friend's making his house in a cave in a mountain, and I'm planning on connecting my hell bridge to him as well. So I can travel the map of Minecraft, whatever I've done, via this bridge in the sky.
Has it got a minecart on it?
I'm going to add that. But I need to find redstone. God
really
damn it.
satisfying.
Mining for that.
It's really
I'm
satisfying when you
possible
make a massive powered minecart rail. And
I'm
you
trying,
just-
okay?
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Make a
Oh
roller
my god,
coaster.
Heather, why aren't you good automatically?
Make a roller coaster with a rainbow tunnel of wool.
I did go mining, and I have found some interesting things. Like, I go mining once. Jake's had this game for a while now, and he took ages to find anything. I go mining once. I find a spawn place with 4 chests. Boom! I'm an expert at this game. Little did I know, there's way more. I've only just found gold. I found one thing of redstone, but I didn't have an iron pickaxe with me. Oh, hell no. Go back down. I have no clue where it was, because I've built so many random tunnels now. Lava killed me. I was level 28. That's all gone. I'm level 3 now. This life is hard as a miner. Building up is easy. I just crouch and I never die. But you can't fall off. Goddamn Minecraft. I'm obviously behind the times. It took me long enough to finish Skyward Sword. But no.
Back in my day on Minecraft, we couldn't crouch and not fall off things. You just had to be careful.
Back in my day? I've only just got on Minecraft. I feel like my dad, when I introduced him to TF2, that was amusing, and all he kept saying was, back in my day, I didn't have to aim. Because he's used to auto-aim. And just moving like the D-pad left and right.
Well, my dad's been playing GTA, so I don't really know what to say about that.
Parents and gaming. What they
No.
do when we're away.
To be honest, he's pretty good at it. He swears a lot. It's quite funny.
My dad is terrible at games. My granddad's better at Call of Duty than my dad.
Is that just through violence or skill or...
Everything. Better tactics, better controls. You just
I
completely
don't
fail at
use
everything.
tactics in Call of Duty. You just get the biggest gun you can find. And grenades and mines. Everyone has mines. And C4. All you need is C4 and mines. Claymores.
All you need is knives and running.
Yeah, knives. I love knives.
You just sound like you're playing GoldenEye on the 64 to me. Mines on that thing. You're a beast. God damn.
I remember when we
Mines
played...
everywhere.
We played it and you got me with those mines. I can't remember who we were playing with.
We need to all play GoldenEye and just do proximity mines in Temple and just make it an endurance contest. All of us using mines, no one wants to move.
It's okay. GoldenEye 64, door roulette. Looking in toilets for the person to kill. Every other door has a mine. Perfect. I saw it on YouTube. We should do that.
Excellent.
But yeah, anyway, so we've kind of stuck to just what we've been playing and parents gaming. Which we could do a topic on, to be honest. Parents and games, your opinions. But obviously, all platforms, we're meant to look at all platforms and newsy stuff. So have you guys got any newsy stuff you'd like to talk about? I don't want Alex to fire me tomorrow because this is awful.
Yes, Don Matrick left Microsoft.
Dun dun dun! Why did he leave and where did he go?
Matrick got paid a $5 million signing bonus to join Go. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do there, because he seems to be incapable as a PR spokesman, so I don't know what they think he's going to do for them that will make their stock price go any lower or higher, because they've already screwed up their own PR enough.
Maybe they're just really good friends, because it does say in a report done by Martin Gaston, the news editor of GameSpot, how they bike together. Yeah, they're road bike enthusiasts.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to go somewhere where he doesn't have to do much, kind of kick back and relax, wait for all the dollar bills to roll in. I mean, he might get paid still for some things he worked at Microsoft on. I mean, he's a major part of the Xbox One team, so maybe he has some royalties coming to him, I don't know.
Maybe. But obviously people were talking about saying how, it's him running away from the Xbox One. But it was, in the pipeline way before that.
Yeah, I think that it may have just come up a lot sooner due to the investors kind of pressuring him to step down. He originally was going to go a lot higher in the company, but then with all the things that happened at E3, I think they just kind of gently nudged him and said, hey, you might want to leave.
I'm not sure if that's really what happened, to be honest. I can't help thinking that, he just decided that, look, if you ain't going to buy Zynga, I'm going to leave to Zynga because then I've got a higher place.
Perhaps. He was considered a front-runner for the EA CEO position because Rosetalo left, obviously, and they were looking at him as well as a few other candidates, so now they're completely starting to look for a new CEO again. It's getting hard to be a publisher. Everyone keeps making PR disasters and leaving.
Bless good old Donny. What do we do without him?
Let's hope we can be newsworthy so we can be a regular feature. Good old Donny.
So other than Don and the Xbox, what other news have we got? Have you got anything for us, Em?
Well, I read about how Nintendo has misjudged, I guess, how much resources HD development would take in their games, which is arguably why Pikmin 3's release has been delayed, because they didn't realise how much it would take.
They're just not future-proof.
Yeah. Well, apparently, I'm just quoting an article here on gamesindustry.biz, that Miyamoto has said that it takes 2 times the human resource a HD game as opposed to non-HD game, and that's where they've majorly underestimated it, but they are trying to streamline it now, so that should be alright.
Yeah, that's pretty much where most Western development has had an advantage when it's come into the HD era, because there's more manpower. A lot of the Japanese developers, they have very small teams, and they've been used to working the same way for the last 10 years, but modern game development is just a conveyor belt of assets that need to be created, and everything needs to be done with a massive amount of work, lots of artwork, and it's just time consuming. So usually Western developers just hire more people to do it. So I think that's what the internal Nintendo teams are getting used to, needing to have more artists, have more people cracking away at the assets needed for a game.
In regards to Nintendo not realising how hard HD was, I guess that can kind of link into Ubisoft kind of pretty much saying no to Wii U and also EA. They're refusing to go with them at all, because there's no point making titles for a game that's mainly for a company that mainly creates multiplayer online games where the Wii U's become an offline experience. Like most Nintendo consoles, is about being physically with each other to play multiplayer than online, and even Nintendo have tried to keep that, I guess, with the Wii U. But because Zombie U was so unprofitable, mainly due to the lack of sales of the Wii U console, there's no plans for a sequel, sadly, which is quite a shame because I really enjoyed the Zombie U game, including the multiplayer on it, when I got a chance to get my hands on it when I went to a geek convention at Margate, maybe. So yeah, it's really a shame that they can't continue it. But then I also see it for Ubisoft, because Ubisoft does make some amazing games, and I don't want to see that company fail just because, they're not making their money.
I don't want to see Nintendo not get enough support from third parties either. I mean, it would just be the GameCube all over again, and I don't want it to keep going down that road, because it's going to get to one point where Nintendo is going to not be able to make enough money to justify bringing out a new console, and a world without Nintendo would just be horrifically sad.
Well, yeah, it says here that the CEO told Game Industry International that betting big on the Wii U did not pay off for the company.
Yeah.
And apparently that's why it was the Zombie U's underwhelming performance that actually led them to make Rayman Legends multi-platform instead of a Wii U exclusive. Just because, they need their money. But that also made it quite sad that, Wii U you haven't got the reason to go buy a Wii U only, because it hasn't got the platform, exclusives anymore from other companies.
They're trying to fix that. They're trying to get some good indie exclusives. Out of all the big three, Nintendo is being the most friendly to indie developers at the moment. They're trying to support developers by letting them use Unity and giving them dev kits so they can work on games and then publish them for the Wii U store. And I think that might pay off if they manage to get enough good developers making interesting experiences, especially things that utilize the unique features of the console, like the asynchronous multiplayer by using Wiimotes and the tablet. And I think it will be a while, but eventually the Wii U will level out and we'll see enough software hitting the console. But hopefully...
I'm worried it might take too long, and by then it'll be the next generation again.
Exactly. The new consoles will be out this autumn, and Nintendo needs to prepare for what can happen. They will lose a lot of market share.
I'm really worried that Nintendo are going to go strictly handheld, which will absolutely break my childhood. But then again, that's why I'm a retro gamer. My childhood is always there physically with me. But it's nice to know that Wii U's actually taking it on themselves. They are to blame, according to, is it Iwata?
Yes.
Iwata, I think his name is. He literally stated that we are to blame. He notes the marketing efforts did not do enough to explain why the system is compelling, which I can agree with. If my dad actually just sees it as an extension onto the Wii, I just buy a tablet for it. So it kind of makes sense to me why the marketing might be an issue.
Speaking of issues, Phil Fish is finally going to patch Fez, thanks to Microsoft finally saying, with their most benevolent ways, oh, you don't need to pay us $10,000 to release a patch anymore. Which you would kind of expect to be standard, but no. Microsoft have charged developers exorbitant fees in order to make patches for the previous 6 years, at least, and this is why when Fez came out, there was a lot of problems, and Phil Fish came out saying, we're not going to patch it because it would cost him too much money to upload the patch. But now that they've announced that the patching is free, he's finally going to release the patch that fixes the many game-breaking bugs that people had happened to them in Fez.
I'm guessing Fez is an indie game. Do you think you can tell us a bit more about it? Because it sounds really cool, because I just like the sound of it. Fez. I've been playing some Fez tonight. But I'd actually love to know what it's actually about, so I'm not just delving into the world of Fez unprepared.
Well, I don't know if I'm the best one for us, because I really don't like Fez and I really don't like Phil Fish, but for some reason he's newsworthy. And he made this game over about 3 or 4 years of effort, constantly refining it and yelling at people and saying, no, it's not done yet, I am a artiste. And finally it came out, and then it was a complete buggy mess. So, yeah, we don't need to talk about Fez or Phil Fish, really. It's just good that he's finally releasing the patch, because the people that did like this game, who did think it was actually innovative, had a very poor customer experience.
Let's think of other news. Obviously, there's the Xbox fanboys trying to hate the PlayStation with the whole PlayStation 4 controller light won't switch off. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, what the hell is that? Because I've not seen this news, and it sounds ridiculous.
It was quite amusing, really, when I actually read this, and it's to do with the controls designed to work with the PlayStation 4 camera to detect the motion.
Yeah.
Which obviously they built in before they decided to take the camera out of the bundle to beat Xbox on price. However, let's get back to the light, which is the issue at hand here. It's used for different system functions, such as telling you when your battery's dying. The light bar on Killzone Shadowfall uses your health bar, and it's really stupid, to be honest. It's just a way of people hating at it. And I think my favourite comment underneath this article was someone who literally stated that average gamers, fair enough, don't care. PlayStation gamers, fair enough, don't care. Xbox fanboys, like, oh my god, you hate us for our DRM and our have to be this way and have to be that, but you have a light that stays on. Bet you miss us now, bitches.
Or something on the line of, and then obviously just says PC gamer reaction. Haha, console peasants.
Yeah, the light's used for motion tracking as well with the camera and stuff, and I like that feature, but
I think the issue with them
understand why it's
keeping the
on all
light
the time.
on constantly, one, we can't turn off to save the battery, which is silly because it tells us when the battery's low. But it's also a bit silly, kind of, because we're not getting the camera, in the box anymore.
I suppose it's silly to think about this until we find out how much power it actually uses. It could be just a very small LED.
Yeah, I
Cyber.
really do think it's just Xbox people trying to fight back.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I can think of regarding news.
Not a big week for gaming.
It has been a big 2 weeks, that's why last week was so difficult as well, to be honest. We're really sorry that we didn't actually do an episode last week, guys. Thanks for holding out. We're also sorry it's only a 3-man crew this week, but bad things happen during summer holidays. People go on holiday, people have work, and
Sun comes out, people go crazy.
I blame alcohol normally, but actually right now it's mining. So, yeah, you have to make a really old Katamari ball for us, because I want to see, I want to hear you say, I did it.
Oh, that goddamn game.
There's
That
no giving up in
Prince.
games.
God damn him.
No giving up in games. And we still need
this
alpacas.
for me.
Yes,
Make
we need
this.
an alpaca. I want you to find an alpaca in Animal Crossing now.
There will not
There's an
be...
animal. There's 2 alpacas in Animal Crossing. They're there from the beginning.
But that's
they
not the
run
same.
the recycling shop.
I want
That's
them
not
in your
the same.
house.
But that's not possible.
We want screenshots, end of the week.
What?
We will.
I don't
It'll
think
be one of
that's
those things that
possible.
all platforms will last
Does it work if
until
I just
you finish getting
board
alpacas.
marker one onto my DS screen?
That doesn't count.
What? But there isn't any alpacas I can put in my house.
Well, if you can't get an alpaca,
I've got an
gotta make a
ostrich that
really
wears
old ball. It's up
makeup.
to you. But yeah, so get doing that. Christian, keep playing games and finding awesome indie news, because what would we do without you? And let's hope our Alex, Andy and Sachin return soon, because I'm not enjoying this without them. It's not the same without their beautiful
Not the
voices, and
same.
I get to be quiet most of the time.
We don't have a theme tune.
We don't, do we? Oh, we really need an official theme tune. So there we go to our listeners who have made it to the very end of this podcast. We want a theme tune, because Alex isn't reliable. He's not here this week. So we need you to make us one.
If you did, it'd be really great.
We
And,
would love you so much.
Yeah.
Special announcement.
It'd also
Your
make
name in our podcast.
it'd also make the podcast, not end so abruptly all the time.
Well, that could be beginning, and I don't know how to end it. We could always just do like a really distant, evil laugh.
Does anyone ever listen to the end?
But yeah, there's one person that did listen to the end, because at the last podcast we did, I stated trophy unlocked or something. I was like, oh my god, I got a trophy! And you'd only know that if you got to the end.
You could have just skipped it.
Ooh.
So
If you
pessimistic.
skip this, you have to go back to 10 minutes ago and listen to our beautiful voices. This is a really awkward ending.
Bleep bloop.
Beep bloop. Bye, guys. Subscribe,
Like, comment, subscribe.
comment. Criticisms are welcome. Any ideas? And also, I have a new 23-inch monitor. Games I should play on my new PC monitor are so welcome right now. So hit me up at Stiari on Steam. I'm Stiari on Facebook. I'm just Heather in all platforms. So yeah, give me some games to play. And Steam Summer Sale's coming soon. So boom, my monitor's on that shiz.
When the Steam Summer Sale comes around, we'll probably do an episode recommending a few things.
Oh, you bet. All platforms is going to be the bee's knees come Steam sales, because we will always have stuff to say.
And on that note, by the way, while we're waiting for the Steam sale, check out the GOG.com sale and the Green Man Gaming sale. I managed
Green
to
Man
pick up,
Gaming, you've only got a few hours
Yeah.
left in that one.
I picked
So
up
you're not going to get it right now, sorry.
I picked up Chivalry for a $5 though. It was so
By the
good.
time this is uploaded, we're going to be laughing.
By the time this
Got no
mess
chance
is
of Green Man
edited.
Gaming.
When you hear this, get in your time machine, go back in time, go to greenmangaming.com and buy Chivalry.
You
There you
won't,
go,
you won't
you have been
regret it.
told, people. And when you make that time machine, bring it here so I can retake my exams and get a better grade. But yeah, we'll see you
selfish.
around. It's Christian, Em, and Heather at all platforms this week. We love
Bye.
you. Bang, bing, boom, done.
Bye.